Good morning, Cedar Park. Today is Monday, May the 12th, and it's a V-Day.
This morning, find out what's in store for summer construction.
Plus, a recap of a special student presentation at the latest board meeting.
Also, on this morning's brief, learn the latest updates on trade negotiations between the U.S. and China.
Plus, Risa Lozano and Charles Corson are live in the studio with a recap of everything CP Sports this year.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now.
Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome to the Wolfcast. I'm Kira Cox.
I'm Reed Cummins.
And I'm Lulu Lynch.
As the school year comes to an end, so will construction on our math hallway.
Once school ends, the hallways will be reopened, making way for Phase 4 to begin in the summer.
Reporter Caius Asuncion got to take a look into what this phase encompasses.
Thanks, Lulu. With construction on track of the math hall, Phase 3 will end on time before summer, making Phase 4 start on schedule. This will be essential to the crew as the next phase will be their biggest challenge yet.
Phase 4 of construction handles 3 different buildings, dealing with the CTE and art building, gyms, and the middle section of the A building, which includes the front office, library, journalism rooms, and the neighboring hallways of said areas. Being the biggest phase so far, it will be a big leap of workload from the previous phases.
It's a lot. They have a lot they're tackling this summer. So this is a bigger project and a shorter time frame. The benefit they have this summer is they don't have students and staff here, so they have they can bring in larger crews and knock out more in a shorter amount of time. But it's a big undertaking this summer for sure.
Ensuring timely success, the construction crew has already worked on the small gym during spring break, and with the approval of CPHS librarian Miss Burns, they'll be able to start working in the library next week, closing the space for the rest of the year.
Honestly, when they asked me if it was possible and if there's a way we could make it work, my answer was of course, absolutely, we'll make it work. Mostly because we're not the only project this summer. They've got a lot on their plate, and where we can kind of take one for the team and help maybe get us all prepared and back open in August for start of school, then we're going to do it.
Although students will have to say goodbye to the library early this year, next year they'll say hello to a whole new revamped one. The library will include the usual updates similar to previous phases, and will have lots of unique updates reshaping the area. One new addition, individual seating, located around the 2 main pillars, will help those trying to focus on work or just trying to get some alone time.
You don't get to decide which lunch you have, and so sometimes they may not have lunch with their friends, or they may not have the ability to meet with their friends during din. And so we do actually have a lot of students that come in to sit by themselves. And so I'm excited to offer that individual seating and meet their needs without it taking up kind of the group seating of like a whole table.
Making furniture rearrangement less of a hassle, mobile shelving and tables will be another big change, which will help the librarians set up for student activities.
We also tried to make sure that we had some flexibility to the space, because we currently use the space many times for lots of different needs instead of just din and lunch. Honor societies often have like inductions or ceremonies in here, and we also do like yoga once a month in here, and so we wanted to be able to kind of add some flexibility to the furniture.
Other updates include added windows to the Jedi Temple, a dedicated makerspace, and sound panels in the middle ceiling area, which will allow for better sound flow, making the middle area more usable. Most changes to previous phases weren't planned by teachers, but this isn't the case for Miss Burns, as she contributed a lot to the planning process.
I've been really grateful to our admin team and how much they have let me be involved in the process, and we really tried to prioritize student needs and what the students have been using the space for already, and also where the space could kind of potentially go in the future.
For more updates on construction planning, you can head over to leanderisd.org/committees/BOC. With CPHS News, I'm Caius Asuncion.
Thanks, Caius.
At last Thursday's school board meeting, high school students from all across the district got a chance to present to the school board through SSAC. SSAC, or the Superintendent Student Advisory Council, is an organization of students who work closely with Superintendent Dr. Bruce Gearing to solve student issues in LASD. In their presentation, SAC students aim to address major issues they identified as opportunities for growth in LASD, such as academic inclusivity and flex time, as well as giving recommendations for how the board can get involved to help. Vandergrift senior Anya Bandari expressed to the LASD board to share her views on the importance of mental health awareness in schools.
Mental health is an issue that needs to be addressed as coming from student feedback. And I know, of course, parents, they care about their children, everything, but you need to listen to student feedback when it comes to this. And I think that just focusing on that when it comes to this issue specifically is absolutely crucial moving forward.
For more information on the school board, students can visit the school board website or check out the Leander ISD YouTube channel to watch full meetings.
Up next, today's headlines in this morning's brief with Gus Mountjoy, but first, these announcements.
Welcome back to Cedar Park. I'm Gus Mountjoy here with this morning's brief. First, top U.S. officials have been making progress on trade negotiations with China. The U.S. and China have been in talks for 2 days to reach an agreement to help improve the economies of both countries. These talks come after Trump imposed a 145% tariff on China, with the country retaliating with 125% tariffs. The negotiations between the two countries aim to resolve the tensions that have built up over recent months. Next, Asian Americans protest outside the Texas Capitol against the land ban. Texas lawmakers are moving closer to passing a law that would make it illegal for citizens from China, Iran, Russia, and North Korea who are residing illegally in the U.S. to own land within the country. Texas lawmakers believe that this law will combat the increasing concerns of national security. However, many Asian Americans believe this law is discriminatory and are concerned that the law may violate civil rights. Finally, an Alaskan Mother's Day tradition has mothers mingling with animals who are Ice Age survivors. A farm in Palmer, Alaska gives mothers free admission on the holiday, allowing them to see the musk ox herd. For the farm, Mother's Day marks the start of the summer season, with this tradition first starting in 1964, moving to the Palmer farm in 1986. The farm has a great opening on Mother's Day to allow moms to see the musk ox and their newborn babies. This tradition has gathered more than 1,500 visitors over the years, making this holiday their busiest day of the year. So, what did you guys do for Mother's Day?
Well, I just celebrated my mom. I stayed home, had a little nice time with her. Yeah, I kind of just stayed home and we opened gifts and got her flowers and stuff.
I went to the Texas baseball game. That's what she really wanted to do for Mother's Day because she loves baseball.
Where was that?
It was at Dishwalk. They
Dishwalk.
lost, but it was still fun. We all had fun.
Dude, I went on a hike.
I went to the Thunderbolts movie.
With your mom?
With my mom. She wanted to go,
good,
so
good.
I went with my mom and my dad. So that was a very fun thing to do.
And you went on a hike?
I went on a little hike, yeah.
That's so fun.
nice.
My mom is not very of a
my
hiking
mom
person.
would hate me if I
She's
said
like, I'll
that's
just
going
stay at
on.
home and have a nice dinner. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Well,
I feel like that's
Shout
what I
out
do. I
to
just kind of
moms.
relax at home.
Right?
I
Yeah.
feel like just relaxing would be perfect.
Yeah. Well, yeah, shout out to all the moms in the world. They're doing great. Well, thanks, Gus. We'll be back with an all-new sports report with Reese Elizondo and Charles Corson right after this break.
Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Reese Elizondo.
And I'm Charles Corson. First up, let's congratulate tennis players Lydia O and Dylan Berthold as they both qualified for state in mixed doubles. They will compete this on Thursday and Friday. Good luck, guys.
Now let's recap all our amazing sports teams and their achievements this year. Kicking it off with our Black Rain football team, who had an impressive season, finishing 6-5 overall record, 5-2 in district record, and finishing 3rd in district.
With a notable win over Vandegrift in double overtime, we were the Vipers' only loss of the season. The Wolves went on to the first round of playoffs where they lost 21-35.
Now let's go over to volleyball, who went completely undefeated in district and was undefeated for 21 straight games. This record-breaking volleyball team went back to state for the first time since 2016.
In the state game, we played Frisco Wakeland, but sadly fell 0-3. In the end, our Lady T-Wolves went 34-16 overall, 14-0 in district play, and finished 58th in the state.
Then we have our girls basketball team, who had an impressive year, going 28-9 overall, 10-4 in district play, and 44th in the state. They went all the way to the regional finals of playoffs, where we lost to Liberty Hill in a cross-town showdown.
Boys basketball then went 15-18 overall and 6-8 in district play. Great job, boys, and we'll see y'all next year.
Now, what everyone is still hyped about, our state-winning girls soccer team. Losing only 2 games during the entire season, the team dominated this year, showing why they deserved their state win.
Playing against Frisco Wakeland, last year's state champs, the girls broke Wakeland's undefeated record, which stretched back to last season with their 3-2-1 win. Goalie Gemma Hart only allowed 1 goal during playoffs, going 476 minutes, almost 8 hours, without letting opponents' teams score a goal.
The girls finished 25-2-1 on the season and 13-0-1 in district, ranked 5th in the state and 20th in the nation. Great job this season, ladies.
Then our boys soccer team had a just as impressive season as the girls, finishing 2nd in district. They made it all the way to the regional semifinals before falling to Juarez Lincoln 1-2.
They finished with a 13-5-6 overall record, 9-2-3 in district, and ranked 59th in the state.
Our softball team finished the season 2-15 overall, 2-11 in district, and had a big win over Rouse. So congrats on the season, ladies.
Now, our baseball team had an impressive season after starting their year with 2 new coaches and an almost all-new team. They went 11-17 overall, 8-6 in district, and was third in district play. They went to round 1 of the playoffs, where they played Bernie champion, but unfortunately lost. Great job this season, guys.
Then in wrestling, sophomore Nathan Riley won his 2nd state title for a 2nd year in a row, and the team won silver overall. Great job this year.
Now, our golf team was also your district champs this year. They finished with a 75-25 record over the course of 8 tournaments. All 5 members finished in the top 10 and made all district.
Rafa Escobar tied 2nd, Jacob Martin in 7th, Jackson Springer in 8th, and then both Jack Morris and Griffith Jacobs got 10th.
Finally, our girls swim team got 4th overall at state this year. We also had 3 records broken while we were there. Ella Bonjanelle broke her 100-meter freestyle record with a 49.86. Lauren Lucas broke her 500-meter freestyle record with a 4:58.63.
Then Lauren Lucas, Addie Vogan, Evelyn Richards, and Ella Monjanelle broke their 400-meter freestyle relay with a 3:33.64. Great job, ladies, and congratulations to everyone who represented Cedar Park in a sport this year. For updates on CPHS sports throughout the week, check out our X at CPHS_sports. With CPHS News, I'm Charles Corson.
And I'm Risa Elizondo.
Thanks, Reese and Charles, and that's today's Wolfcast. Thank you for taking the time to join us during your day.
You can catch anything you missed and more on our X, YouTube, or TikTok at CPHS News.
Catch tomorrow's show for a look into the benefits of a summer job. With CPHS News, I'm Lulu Lynch.
I'm Reed Cummins.
And I'm Junior Cox. Which make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.